This presentation speaks to laboratory air systems and how do they work. It explains laboratory equipment used for temperature, pressure, and relative humidity control. The operating relationship of supply air to and exhaust air from the laboratory must be considered. The lab should be kept between 68 Fahrenheit and 72 Fahrenheit dry bulb temperature at 35 to 50% relative humidity and be at a negative pressure relative to adjacent areas. To clarify, a negative pressure results in airflow from corridors and offices into the laboratory where it is then exhausted outside. There should be 1 to 1.5 cubic feet per minute of supply air per square foot floor area at 60 degrees Fahrenheit to provide adequate cooling for the lab. If the exhaust systems are of the constant air volume type, the supply air will be provided at a constant volume and be reheated to provide for comfort conditions. Remember, for the laboratory to be at a negative pressure, there must be more exhaust air than supply air. If the exhaust systems are of the constant volume air type, the supply air will be provided at constant volume and be reheated to provide for comfort conditions. Remember, for the laboratory to be at a negative pressure, there must be more exhaust air than supply air. If the exhaust systems are of a variable air volume type, the supply air must track the exhaust air volume. In other words, once again, the supply air must always be less than the exhaust air to maintain a negative pressure in the lab. It is usual that return air systems be incorporated into the variable air volume design. Laboratories are usually equipped with air system reheat coils, perimeter radiation heating systems, or ceiling radiant heating panels. Terminology used for equipment in the lab are fume hoods, which may be constant volume bypass, fume hoods, which may be variable air volume, fume hoods, walk-in or floor type. There are specific fume hoods when dealing with perchloric acid. There are specific fume hoods dealing with high performance. Other laboratory exhaust systems are snorkel exhaust arms, canopy exhausts, biological safety cabinets, and laminar workflow stations. Thank you very much.